Hello and welcome to this session, How to Evolve Your IT Infrastructure to Create an Agile Working Environment. My name's Andy McKay and I'm Lead Systems Architect for Cloud Services here at Trams. Trams are celebrating their 30th anniversary this year, having been a trusted IT solutions provider since 1990. Over the last 30 years, the solutions that we've been providing have changed as technology has evolved, and maybe over the last 5 years we've seen more of a push towards cloud services. That's where my role came about, and also what we'll be covering during this session today. At Trams, we already operate in this agile working environment. So although we have 2 offices in London, we have staff spread throughout the UK, also in Greece, New Zealand and San Francisco. Staff can work from home or they can come in to any of our offices. Effectively, we have a work from anywhere approach. So when we're looking at new cloud services, one of the considerations we have is how would they help us? How could we apply them to our working environment? So let's consider the different working environments and how those have changed recently. Firstly, we have a traditional business environment where users were coming into an office, sitting at a desk using a desktop or laptop to connect to servers and services that you were operating internally, things running in your own data center or your on-premise comms room. Now, recently this has all had to change when we had a mass move to home working, and for most of our customers that simply involved deploying a VPN. So the most quick and effective way to get everyone working from home was just give them a way of securely connecting to those servers and services that are running in your data center or in your office comms room. As people spend more time working from home, and I've seen how it can work effectively for them and how they can still do their jobs, we're seeing lots of customers moving to a more hybrid working environment, so where their users, their staff, can either work from home or can come into an office. They can effectively work from anywhere. When you get to this situation, we also see customers looking at their current office space and how the requirements might change in the future. Whether that be closing offices, downsizing, or moving to a more serviced office structure where they can have the number of desks they need at a particular time. Once you move to that kind of environment, having a VPN connecting to a data center or an on-premise comms room isn't necessarily the most efficient or cost-effective method of delivering those services. So what we're seeing with this move to a more hybrid working environment is also a move further into the cloud and a utilization of more cloud services. Now, traditionally, when you move to the cloud, there are 2 options. You can either redeploy your existing software and solutions as a bespoke cloud offering, which you manage and maintain. However, this can be quite a time-consuming task. It can also be quite costly in terms of migration consultancy and time involved. The other option is to mix and match off-the-shelf products to try and get to the system that you want. Based on our customer requirements, we have designed what we like to think of as a third option. So we've built Trams Cloud. So this is our managed cloud offering, which we use to build services for our customers. All of these services have the same high availability, resiliency, failover, and security built in. It's basically a platform that we can then deploy on top of. The idea is to take away some of the cost and complexity of those migrations, and we can effectively pick from different modules, join them together to build a bespoke cloud solution for our customers quickly, which is easy to support. The services that we've built on Trams Cloud effectively work as a series of modules. You can pick and choose the things that you want for your environment. They're all designed to integrate together and operate together, but because they are standardized modules, it means we can provide support for them, and you can also be up and running much more quickly. So the way that we build those modules is by partnering with best-in-class software providers and infrastructure providers. So for example, Trams Cloud is built on top of Amazon Web Services, and for one of our flagship products, Trams Cloud Manage, we partner with Jamf, who provide best-in-class Apple device management. So some of the various modules that we have available in Trams Cloud. For device management, we have Trams Cloud Manage, powered by Jamf Pro, or Trams Cloud Manage Plus, which is a full managed service offering. For device backup, we have Trams Cloud Vault Core for file-based backup and backup of your client devices, or Trams Cloud Vault Connect powered by Veeam for backup of your servers, virtual machines, Office 365 environment. We have Trams Cloud VPN, which is a hardwareless VPN system allowing you to secure connections from your end user devices to the internet, but also into services running in your office or your legacy data center without the need to deploy any additional hardware. We have Trams Cloud Directory, which is a fully managed Active Directory compliant service and basically ties together all of these other services. We have Trams Cloud Workspaces, which is a cloud hosted virtual desktop offering, so Windows desktops in the cloud. And we have Trams Cloud Files, which is a file sharing system fully built in Trams Cloud. So let me take you through a demo of what this could look like for a new employee starting working from home using these Trams Cloud services. So we're just starting up a new out-of-the-box Mac here, and I've deliberately recorded this in real time so it will take a few seconds to power on. This machine is part of Apple's device enrollment program, which means using Trams Cloud Manage we can control the full onboarding process, giving us a full zero-touch enrollment, so you can send the machine to the end user at home, they can power it on just like this, and then follow through the wizard to get their machine set up and get themselves up and running. It just take a few seconds to take us into the first run wizard. And then we have to select our country. We're going to go United Kingdom. We can accept the defaults here or we can customize. And then this is the important screen. So Trams Limited can automatically configure your computer. And then we're going to be asked to sign in using Okta single sign-on. So this is using our Trams Cloud Directory credentials, which I've been given as a new user, a username and a temporary password. So if I enter those here, it should then prompt me to change my temporary password into something more permanent. And this is all via Okta being synced back to Trams Cloud Directory. There we go, it's saying it's a temporary password, so set my permanent one. The only pieces of information given to me by the IT department are my email address and my temporary password. There we go. Now it will continue. It will automatically enroll the machine into Trams Cloud Manage, and it will automatically pull down some initial settings. So that will take another few seconds here. And then it asks us to select our time zone, so we're going to go for London again. And some final bits of setting up before we get to the login screen. Now at the moment my user account doesn't exist on this machine. I'm going to use Jamf Connect and Okta, provision via Trams Cloud Manage, to create my user account using my Trams Cloud Directory credentials again. I click sign in, screen goes back for a second, creates my user account, and then this is a piece of software developed by us called Adept, and it guides the user through the machine provisioning. So it's going to be quite quick for our provisioning because I'm only deploying the software I need for this demo, but the amount of time this takes will depend on the amount of applications being deployed to the system. So this is effectively doing the machine build, all without IT actually having physical hands-on. And when I click finish, I'll be taken to the desktop of my provisioned machine. And we've pushed out some of the Trams Cloud apps. So the first one is the PC over IP client, which is used for Trams Cloud Workspaces. So I can open that up, and it's already pre-configured. So I can choose to connect to my Trams Cloud workspace, and that will take me in to a Windows PC in the cloud. Again, this is using Trams Cloud Directory for authentication, so it's all connected. So we'll make that full screen. And then I have a Windows 10 desktop in the cloud. Just like any other PC, it's dedicated to me. I always connect to the same one. And you'll see by default, it's also connected up to Trams Cloud files. So I have access to the company file shares in here. I can install software on here, any Windows software I like. It is effectively my Windows PC in the cloud. So we'll disconnect from that now. And then I'd like to show you the Trams Cloud VPN service next. So that's using a piece of software called TunnelBlick to connect. So if we load that up, and then we're going to choose to connect to the VPN. And then that will take a few seconds to connect. Once connected, all my traffic is then encrypted over that VPN tunnel, and I can connect to any services back in the office that I need to. So if you're running a hybrid environment where you have some things in the cloud, you have some things in your data center on premise, this will allow you to connect back to those on-premise things. Our Mac has also been pre-configured with access to Trams Cloud files, so here we're going to connect to that. And you can see the files in our company file shares just like we could from the Windows workspace. So the final thing I wanted to show you that's been pre-configured on this machine is Trams Cloud Vault. So if we open up the client, it automatically sign us in, and we should see that the home folder backup has already been configured for this user. The user can themselves also restore data from within this client, as well as the administrator being able to restore data from a web interface on the back end as well. Thank you for listening. I hope you found this session both interesting and informative. I'd like to finish with a short video from one of our customers.
So the major advantage, and I'll say the biggest asset of Jamf provided by Trams is that we're only limited by Wi-Fi. No matter where a user is, we can get them kit and we can get them on our secure networks and working from the moment they turn it on.
If you have any questions, please send us a message or stop by our stand. Thank you.